All right. How's it looking? Um, oh, it didn't take 5 minutes for it to start up this time. Maybe the internet is feeling good today. Live chat. All right, we're back. I decided to step out for a little bit and get some fresh air, and I did work out of a cafe for a bit. Um, Sometimes just to get out of this place. I don't love working out of cafes, but it's just a little change of routine sometimes. You gotta surprise the world sim just that little bit. Just keep playing with her, keep things exciting, keep things fun. Some variety. You know what I mean? But I did get some work done. So on the back end, I have the server kind of like just completely cleaned up now. Basic bare minimum feature set. All right, it scales. I'm pretty sure we will stress test that. I'm not really looking at what, like 5 million concurrent players or anything like that, right? So I think it'll serve its function. It's a little choppy today. The CPU, I don't know. I think it's the hard drive. I installed Battlefield 6 a few weeks ago, and that thing is massive. And I think my hard disk, my solid state drive, is kind of reaching its limit. Oh wow! Look at that. Did you see that? Boom. Ouch. Nice frequency here of oh, the heart doesn't give me full energy. It should do that. Wow, I am not paying attention. Whoa. Almost died there. Man, that spike is so tiny, and it's also an insta kill, so that's kind of tough. Ow, ow. Dude, this game is not going to be easy. Alright, no. I don't want to trigger the finale just yet. Don't want to do that. Okay. I had a list. Wait, let me just get some light going on here so we can see something. Alright. Let's just quickly go over the biomes. Alright. Need to make sure that this is in the game. 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a really simple system for this. In order of priority, at the top we need to be able to show what realm the player is in. That's the that is, I think, the most important, because we already have colors by days, and we have a decent assortment of different designs. Okay, we'll get more designs in. Like changing the designs, it doesn't really in the middle of the game you can't really tell that that's happening. And if we are going to change the aesthetics of the walls, it has to be like super obvious. I want to make it super obvious that that's happening. This is the most magical. Need the same for the walls, and I think then we're good. all it has to do is compile, and then we're good. For the wall multi, right? We have compilation. So yeah, I did a podcast with my friend the other day, and we went over a lot of stuff regarding creativity. I think some of the stuff that I've talked about over here already, um, and it's nice when you're sitting with someone else who does the whole creative thing. Like their perspective really it adds to the way I think about it in this really unique way, and it's the words come out different basically, and it was really nice to be able to sit down and kind of go through my thoughts with some like some setup, because what happens is on Instagram I just there is no context to the stuff that I'm talking about, and the only context that I can have is kind of it has to be done in like a minute flat, or less. It's just so much of the shape of the network dictates the shape of the stories that can fit into it. How much of feeling it can capture, or like what kinds of feelings it can capture. It's really obvious when you experience it firsthand. Wall multi, wall post. I think this UVXY should be tile is floor. Let's try this. Just not working. Why is it not working? Because wall multi should be a declare technique wall. I knew it. I knew it. I know a lot of things, man. This brain of mine. I've come to realize that I just have to make friends with it. My brain. I must have gotten it for a reason. All I need is for these to be behaving like cells, which they are not doing right now. Declare technique wall multi. Tile is this. Color displacement will be this. SC. So this is the hue value, I think. The hue value is a function of sine, cos, camera position, and hash fract sine tile. I think input.uv is what I am using. Yeah. It's almost exactly the same. Do base wall post. All of it is the same. I'll remove the border function. So all we have is the exact same. No, I'll just get rid of this too. Alright, cool, let's go. Tile pose. No, this is also not there. Input.uv.y. Try that. Oh, this is where we were messing up. No worries. I think it'll work this time. Just set up a poly market for every time I say that it's gonna work this time, and then it doesn't. It's a lot of cash in that. See, you would have won if you bet it against me. Is this even being set at this point? Wall multi dream. Wall multi. Yes, it is. Input.world.x, input.world.z. So the distance is a function of this should be a function of the tile, right? This is just to grade out. This is not, yeah, this is just the saturation. We are more concerned with this. Hash fract sine tile. Tile is uv.x, uv.y, floored. It really should be that simple. To make sure that it's actually working. This is where being on Unity is actually better, because I can like live edit shaders. I can set up the tool chain for that, but it's fine. I got a couple of extra minutes to burn on this. It's alright. Don't need to over engineer that right now. Okay, so it's the same shader. I'm glad we have that established. So uv.x and uv.y. Floor hash fract sin the x value along the wall and the y value. Okay, let's just survey our code for a little bit. How about that? Alright. Declare technique main ps walls hardware instance. Okay, this bad boy is going to set the uv. This is along the wall, right? It's along the wall. it calculates the tangent and then it runs along the wall. So uv dot x is always increasing in the direction of the wall, and y is just the world position times y. So this tile should be uvx uvy. Okay, tile. This should be a different number. It should be a different number for every tile, or is it not? See, this is a float 2 value, this is a float 2 value, and I'm flooring it. So it should be unit size tiles. SC is tile absolute value of sine camera color is equal to C mod, color plus is equal to color displacement, base 1 minus base color. Is something funky going on here? Monogame has this, I don't know if it's monogame, I don't want to direct blame at the whole thing, like the MGFX or something, like there's the shader stuff, the stuff that solves the shader compilation stuff. I think there's more than one you can choose from. That thing, maybe there's levers for this somewhere, but you can control how much of the code it prunes, because it prunes a lot of the code. There's a technical term for it, I don't know what it is. I'm very fed up with this, so what I'm gonna do is just see if these numbers are even interested in helping me out with what I want to do. No shade at the numbers, of course. Maybe UV is just not being set. How can that be? I have no idea. Yeah, so this is expected. Still, the Y value is just not registering, dude. Oof. Does hashfact sign not respond to the Y value at all? How can that be? Oh, that's actually quite pretty. Still. I think the Y value is like, it's at least it's showing up. But it looks like it's tile. Can anybody see the problem here? Is this floor the issue? It can't be, because this value should range from like 0 to 4 at least. Like, um, it's not scaled. Is it because it's in the negative? Could be. Well, it's working for the floor in all directions. Just refuses to work. I admit defeat. I don't know what's going on here. Just wanted tiles. Look, I rage quit. Guys, code.exe doesn't exist anymore. That's not rage quit. That's like a just uninstall, bro. I just uninstalled, bro. Oh, oh, cool. It updated. Maybe now it'll work. Let's just see where. Because I'm doing this. There's a slight modification here. I don't know why it does a floor times 20 here. How is that supposed to work? It's just I think it's just randomizing. Input.uv.y, input.uv.x, input.uv.y. Okay. With this scale 20. Just gonna keep it here. Floor time is equal to times 20 is a lot. Oh, but the flow, it floors it first, then it multiplies it by 20. So it's just like adding some variance to it, I guess. How does that help? I don't know. If this works, then it's just magic. Magic. Why did I have to scale it up by 20, dude? 20? Seriously? Float tw is equal to 2 tile scale tsc x y y tsc tile position is equal to uv.xy tsc. Let's see if this makes it prettier. I on the camera? I am on the camera. Alright, cool. Let me just take this guy out. Oh yes, baby. Oh yes. That's what I'm talking about. Now this, you see how the colors are just not rand enough. Shush. It's like a very kawaii sound booth corridor. That's happening because camera by 10, this is the problem. No, this is the problem. The XZ value is too similar. A lot of this is also just, you know, sprinkling a bunch of functions here and there, just to, you know, just make it work. I think the graphics card can handle a little bit of these computations. That's a little tough, bro. Oof, hard. I think that this has worked, but this has not worked. Now all the y values are the same. I think after this I'm just gonna pass the heart values into the shader, and then we will just play with that variable next. And we have man, I kind of like it though. Damn, kawaii desu ne. Shush. Since my Windows key is out of order for some reason, it's not my keyboard, it's not the keyboard on the laptop either. I don't know what it is. The Windows key has just given up. It's just the Y value that is giving me the problem again. This seems to work. If somewhere the input.uv is being messed with, then that could be my problem. If this is the problem here. If this works, man, I don't even... I don't know why this happens. Still nothing. Yeah, we just went there. To this I say something very wrong. just isn't set, man. Hardware instance. This is world position matrix. Input.uv.y is equal to this. Damn, dude, what is going on? Now the color should be horizontally the same, but vertically they will be different. So the rows should be different. Then we are 100% sure that the uv.y is just not working. It's not Gucci. Yeah, dude, it's not working. Why would world.y just not be set? Is it a scaling issue? Do you want me to scale this? Here, how about that? It works perfectly fine in the other shader, the other wall shader, but I'm not. No, dude, it's just zero. It's just a zero value. This is beyond me. Are we giving up on this right now? Is this at least this must be working, right? Do base input.local.y. Does that work? Okay, the base is working with local. How is local different? Oh. It's the same variable. This double Alt F4 trick is not helping me. Am I using this anywhere? Completely unnecessary variable just hanging out here. If you go to two-tone wavy, you see the wave here, uv.y. This, you see, this is working here. This is definitely working here, and that too in the tile color calculation. So, man, I just don't see why it's not working here. This should technically be working too. Oh well. Anyway, all right. Start with the loss. Doesn't matter. We'll pick ourselves back up. Special effects, environment parameters, rand pack, ambient, and fluid. All right. Oh. This is called a pseudo deferred renderer. I wonder what this is. Transition. I'm gonna get some water. I spill my drink. Man, I want to rerun Dark Souls, Deus Ex. It's been a while. The vibe of that game is so immaculate. Nothing comes close. This is so much simpler now. Current biome, right? Just changing this. Where is this changed? Where is the transition being called, man? Set biome. Environment, set biome. And this is being called from where? Only in Awaken. What we don't have is a design language for the way the biomes transform as a function of the current player state. Would like to have that in the game. Would really like to have that in the game. I want the level to feel more alive than anything else. Like the HP bar is the level. We need to think outside the box here. Like you think you are the character that's going through the hallways taking down enemies, but that's actually not what's going on. That is not what's going on. That's not how the world simulation works. It looks like that, but that's not what's happening. I'm pretty happy with the health bar being the color in the walls. That's already more than half the problem solved. But the biomes could reflect um, where the player has reached in the other dimension, where they slowly realize that the level and the player are one. How do you evoke that feeling? I'll tell you how we evoke that feeling. We do it with flow states. You just slide into the game, you know? She just wants to dance with you. Vibes. Good vibes. Like the shine thing that I'm doing, I'm not a fan. Like it shows in which direction your energy is going, but it does little else. And the hex grids they're fine. I don't love them. They could be just cubes and squares. That would be so much easier to actually to implement as well. Maybe inside there we could add the color. Oh, all right. Special effects. Shine. Shine target. It's a vector 3, is it? It's a vector 3. Shine Z is the gun is clean. Fascinating. Very fascinating. So one of these is the progress metric. The other one is the intensity metric. So shine.y is basically the magnitude. Shine.x is the where it is in the range. So it could be going from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. And shine.z is a clean variable. Let's see where we're using that. Shine.z. In one place. We're using it in one place. And what is it doing? I have no idea what it's doing. Only in the textured roof is this being used. Bruh. I say we change this. Alright. Shine dot anything. Env base shine dot z x y x. Wait, shine dot z was mentioned. Do base. Oh, so when it's not clean, the y value goes away. The base goes away. Still unnecessary. I'm sorry, I don't need that feature. Just so we know what it looks like, okay? If it's clean, it's 1, okay? Nowhere else in the game are we conveying if the gun is clean anymore. Because we changed that. The golden gun only appears when you reach the end. So you know that you're edging. Technically it should be another color. I know. But that's a hand-drawn art asset. See that it goes down. It is the most subtle effect in the game, and I think it serves very little purpose. But you know what? That is a metric we want to show. But where do we show it? Make it exclusive to the roof. Oh man, do we pack the variable? No, I don't want to pack the variable. Oh no. Please, let's not pack the variable. We can pack the shine values. We need to prioritize if this is the most important thing right now, or do we need more? Do other parts of this project need more attention? That is a very important question. But this has been bothering me a lot. I want to be able to talk about this feature because it is very close to my heart. You see that? Where in the world am I seeing that change? Maybe we're not thinking creatively enough. So sweet. This is absolute. I think a better version would be without the absolute, but 0.1 minus. This will go from 0.1 to, how about that? I know all of this can be done with textures, but when I can just easily define the function and just have it render, I know that I have to load the game over and over again and it gets a little bit tiring, but oh, so cool. The variance is pretty high here. I kind of like the high frequency. So now it'll be a little bit higher, but just a subtle wave on top. The looks, you got the looks. .15 is still pretty high in it. 20. I'll be really subtle. I just wanted to feel a little wavy. Cute. Very nice. The best part about this is the UV.Y is actually working now. It's working in another shader technically, but it's working, so very glad for that. We can achieve this effect because the variable is doing what it's supposed to do. You know, technically, if I just had one more variable that would let me pull in the number of hearts, I am going to implement this now. All right, enough dancing around. Shine.z is being used where? Tell me. Environment base. Okay, right here. This is an unused file. We're just gonna remove this. Okay, we're not using that. Special effects, shine Z. Oof. This is so packed, dude. Let's try this. The fractional part, that should be the heart value, no? I actually don't know what frac does. have a funny feeling about this. um, I think what MGFX does it can also prune, it can trim vectors that are coming in. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Into 2, 5, 6. Otherwise this value is just not being set. And we're back to the drawing board. I think it's just not going in. Is it because the value is greater than 0, greater than 1? Man. Is it because it's setting it as an integer? That can't be it, right? Those are floating point values. I think it's because it's only storing values between 0.9999999999999 0.99. Nothing. Yeah, fractional part of that would be 0. If would it still be 0? It's still 0. Um, Painstaking process, I know. This packing solution will be very annoying, especially because we want to send in an integer. We can just do it a little bit differently. Both these numbers are going to be between 0 and clean will be either 0 or 1, and hearts will be 0 to 8. I think over here, as a function of the number of hearts, we will have to create, I'm thinking like a thicker fluid underneath. Ooh, that might be cool. This will be the number of divisions. Might be cool if like the fluid that's going down would have like a lower limit the more hearts you have, or at least something signifying that underneath this amount, like you're safe. Or maybe like over that amount. And slowly as you collect more hearts, that just becomes, it spans all the way to the top. That would be cool. Let's do it. I don't have anything else to do right now. Let's start with a simple implementation. I want this is the current fluid height. We will change that. We will use this same, what is fluid variable? Oh, this is the amount we are messing with. Let's compress this. Alright, now we have the fluid variable. This is giving us the delta at the position. This will give us the actual height of the fluid. So we can use this same variable now. Let's say float heart fluid is equal to number of hearts divided by, let's say, 5 times plus fluid var. Okay, so we have hard fluid now. Ceiling saturate hard fluid minus position dot y. No, we need to. I want to declare. Find how many lerps are we going to need for this? I don't want to write a for loop here. That's not happening. Do we have to pass in a color for the chakras? No. It doesn't have to reflect the exact color. The wall, the ceiling is already doing that. I need the band count. I want to know what band it's in. That'll be like 1/5, right? Like that's the band length, band height. 5 is the band height, right? 1/5. So heart fluid minus position of Y should give us. So I just have to divide that by band height, right? But if it's greater, then I don't want to do anything. So this should cap it on top. And here, I guess what I'm going to do for now is do something like this. It's something. I know it's not the best right now, but I'm seeing some colors here, and that's good. That's very good. This should be in wall post, not do base. Like this last one is just totally glitched out. The color combos are peak psychedelia right now. You see how the movement speed is up? Not for the faint of heart, this movement speed. My hearts go down if I mess up. Yes, okay. At least the variables are coming in. Baby steps. Baby steps. Almost 2 hours. Time for a walk. I'm gonna finish this today. This is gonna be done. I'm coming back. Alright, and I'm gonna finish this. There's plenty of alpha here. Oh, it's not in Dubase, it's in why is Dubase being overridden? Why? Something that I'm doing here. All of these need to be inside the post. Should we change it? All right, let's change it. First of all, this is wrong. This will not work. All right, we're taking out all the do base, and the base floor post. Should be a very easy calculation here. I think if we want to override the base value, input.uv do bass, and here 1 minus color, and you have, should this just work? Will it just work? Let's find out after we make a bunch of changes. Float 4, I'm just gonna lift it and put it straight here. Do bass. How about you don't do bass? Do bass. Don't do bass. Do bass. Do not to do bass. That is the question. Not to do. Do not do the do at the bass. I like to do da cha cha at the do bass. How many do we have to go through? Will it just work? Will it just work? Will it just work? The problem this will solve is that the fluid stuff will remain in the background. The bass will be on top. Hey, at least it compiled. I want to go check out the textured walls also, because this is all procedurally generated. And guys, why do I have a feeling that do bass is not working? Wall post. Did I put it on floor post? I did. Genius. Just amazing, dude. This time I think we got it. Okay, this is, wait. Yeah, it's working. It's working. I will be right back in a bit.